Hello, and welcome to Bela and Skitty's movie review show. So today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man the movie, the first movie, the one where Sam Raimi directed, and you had Kirsten Dunst, and you had Tobey Maguire. It was a ride watching it again. It was fantastic. So let's get stuck into business here. Firstly, I would like to just say that Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker. He was really good at playing the cool nerd, not the cool nerd, the nerd. And that was the nerd we wanted. Like, it started off really well. They built the character up when Tobey Maguire, or Peter, was chasing the school bus for like 2 or 3 blocks because the bus driver wouldn't stop for him. And while he was running after the bus, all the kids were making fun of him. And you know what? That's how you set up Spider-Man. That's how you set up Tobey Maguire as a nerd. It's perfect Peter Parker stuff. And then later on, they go to the Spider Museum or whatever the place was, and you know the bullies are still picking on him, hitting him while he was trying to take pictures. That was really good. It just set it up perfectly. That's what I want. I want Peter Parker being a nerd set up perfectly. They lost that in the next one with Garfield, but that's a different story altogether. Next, yeah, good choice of character was the Green Goblin as the villain. That's where you start. That was perfect. You know what? I give him 2 thumbs up. He was amazing. Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, best villain. He was the best villain Spider-Man's ever had in any of the movies. He was scary. But not only was he scary, he was endearing. Like, he was kind of like a surrogate to Pete in this. You know, when he was ever talking to Pete, he was very fatherly. And then on the other hand, when he was the Green Goblin, holy crap, he had the facial expressions. He had the body movements. He was scary. He was awesome. And I thought that Willem Dafoe really was the MVP of this movie. He brought it together. He brought it. Like, there were cool moments where he was like, you know, doing the whole Smeagol Golem thing, where he was talking to himself in the mirror and the Green Goblin was talking back to him. And I was like, holy hell, that's awesome. I think that there wasn't like an ongoing slugfest between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin either. It was kind of cool, you know. It was a bit more imaginative. Like, they had the Green Goblin, you know, send Spider-Man to sleep and then try to recruit him. And I'm like, that's nice. That's good. That's something different. And near the end, where he's holding that Airbus thing full of kids and Mary Jane off the bridge and then dropping them both, I was like, yes, that's awesome. And then he has to make a choice, and you know, it just wasn't a slobber knocker. Where sometimes I feel like superhero movies feel like they have to go. They have to have the villains and good guy just punch it out. And it's like, this movie didn't do that a lot. It had a nice mix, which I think was good. I also think that the ending was really good too. Like, this is when they actually did have a slobber knocker, where they had Spider-Man and the Green Goblin just having a good old-fashioned fist fight, and it was really nice. And yeah, it was really good. I feel that Kirsten Dunst played a good Mary Jane. I had a crush on her at the time, I have to admit, might be biased, but she was good. She was kind of that, you know, that happy, lovable Mary Jane, and you know, it was cute. It was nice. And Harry Osborn, you know, he was there. I guess that was. I reckon that was his best acting of all 3 movies. It was in Spider-Man 1. He was okay. Up to the downs. The downs were the costuming. Okay, so it's difficult to, like, for the Green Goblin, he looked like a Power Ranger villain. Got to be fair. Got to call it like it is. He looked like a Power Ranger villain, and it's hard to emote when you look like a Power Ranger villain. You got that mask, and you're trying to emote, and you're like, how am I meant to do it? But one thing I have to say is Willem Dafoe brought everyone in with his voice. His voice was so good and scary and rah, that brought you in. And even though it looked like a Power Ranger villain, at least the voice could bring you in. And the same with Spider-Man. I felt like Spider-Man's costume was the same. He had no face, and like later on, in the later Spider-Mans, he has like more eye movements and stuff the costuming does. When this, it's just a blank slate. And he has to bring people in, like Tobey Maguire had to bring people in with his voice and stuff, but it wasn't as good, but it was fine. It wasn't terrible. Honorable mentions to Bonesaw, Macho Man Randy Savage fighting Peter Parker in the cage. Wonderful. That was so cool. That was like a really memorable scene. I reckon that was a memorable scene for everyone because Randy owned that scene. He was so good. And again, they did his background right. They did the great power of the great responsibility line. Uncle Ben was dying and Spider-Man let the guy escape when he could have stopped him. Except later on you find out it was actually the Sandman. Ugh. I try not to think about that when I watch this, that it was actually Sandman who killed Uncle Ben. I'm like, oh God, why would you do that? But you know what? I'm going to throw that to the ground for the minute. Yeah, so in conclusion, because this is now an essay, obviously, because I love essays so much. It was good. It was strong. The acting was good. J. Jonah Jameson, oh my God. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. J.K. Simmons, you couldn't have anyone better. No one. He was perfect. The best. They cast themselves into a corner with him. You can never lose him. He'll always be J. Jonah. But yeah, so good movie. I loved watching it again. I had a great time. So overall, I'm gonna give it 8. Not super generous. It deserved it. It had the best villain. And everything was really good. It was a good show. So let me know what you think. Write, subscribe. I'd like to know what villain you thought was the best villain out of all the Spider-Man movies. Put that in the comments. I'm keen to know. Until next time, see you later.